It's your host, Holly, and it's time for a little teaser talk.
Louder Than Life, America's loudest festival, returns to Louisville this September with Slayer, Deftones, Avenged Sevenfold, Bring Me the Horizon, plus Sleep Token, Suicide Boys, Bad Omens, Rob Zombie, A Perfect Circle, Marilyn Manson, Evanescence, Knocked Loose, 3 Days Grace, Lamb of God, and so many more. Louder Than Life. September 18th through 21st in Louisville, Kentucky. Passes are on sale now at louderthanlifefestival.com.
What is going on, everyone? Happy Teaser Talk Tuesday. And you guys, every now and then I am super excited to get some fun pop punk. I don't know if you want to say emo, whatever the case may be. Some fun genre guys up in the building. And I'm super excited to have one of those today. So welcome all at once to the show. How are you guys doing?
Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Pretty good. Thank you so much. Thank you for having us here. We're very excited. Thanks. And yeah, I think we're a little bit emo too.
Yeah, kind of.
At least in personality, I guess.
I feel like everybody's emo. Some people are just more willing to show it than hide it. So
yeah.
Whatever. I love that. Well, awesome. So it's nice to meet you guys. Can you kind of tell me a little bit about your guys' story? I know you guys aren't a brand new band, but you guys are brand new to me. So I'd love to hear how you guys got into the scene and how really you guys developed into and got to where you guys are today.
Yeah, well, we started the band, I think it was 2017, 2018.
Kind
Eddie and I. He's Eddie, I'm Adrian, and he's Pablo.
By the way,
and
you didn't know.
yeah, and we started to make songs and record stuff, but officially the band launched in 2019. And I think like a month or two after the band launched, we met Pablo, and it was like, okay, he's a drummer, we need a drummer, we like each other, and he was just in the band like 2 days after we met him or something like that.
Yeah, he was totally in.
Yeah.
Right after. And just to mention, I met Eddie as well because he had a Dammer Kills cap, which actually Eddie has here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it was weird because I don't know where we're from, which is Monterrey, Mexico. We don't get that often here to see. And I was like, oh, I know that brand. Like, Ultim Low or State Champs and all these bands that we like. And we made like a really quick friendship because we like the same music because of Glamour Kills. And after that, I met Adrian, and they invited me to be a drummer for the band.
That's right.
Yeah, and then pandemic hit, and we kind of stopped on 2020 and 2021. And then on 2022, we started to get some shows and get some more singles out. We dropped an EP on 2019, and we haven't dropped an EP since. It has just been singles. But fortunately, this year we appeared on a podcast called Blood, Sweat, and Beers that the guys from Mannequin Records saw us. And after that, they reached out to us and they were like, hey, we want to sign you. And we were like, okay, let's do it. That's kind of like that.
I love it.
We got here.
Now we're here. That's awesome. Well, congratulations on signing with Mannequin Records. What was it that made that label right for you guys? And what does this new chapter mean?
Well, we had 7 video calls with them, to get to know each other more, see what they wanted from us and what we wanted from them. And it was like a match made in heaven, something like that, because everything that we were looking for, they had it, and they said the same thing about us. So it wasn't really a hard decision to sign the deal. And yeah, I mean, everyone is really cool in there. Pete is amazing. He's such a cool dude. And the whole team that we talked to all have been great. So yeah, it was just very, very easy for us to sign it.
Well, I love that for you guys. And that's thrilling to hear that it all worked out. So let's talk about some, you guys told us the whole story in a very fashion from the beginning to where we are now. So now let's talk about the present. You guys just dropped a latest single, Fuck You and All Your Friends, which is an absolute anthem. Can you walk us through the story or emotion behind that track?
Yeah, I can start with that one because I used to have a friend that he did some really. Can I curse here?
Absolutely. Hey, I just said fuck, so
Okay,
you
well,
go ahead. Absolutely.
he did some really shitty stuff to me and to a lot of people. So I got him off, and then he wanted to keep the friendship going and trying to keep the friendship going based on other people too, like doing these weird things that I don't know. It was just weird overall, and like that was the main inspiration. But then I mean, we all have met those kind of people in our lives.
Hmm.
So we were talking about different people, and they were like, "Okay, they're weird. Like this is shitty that they did, or something like that." So it was just like this anger that was left in me thrown into lyrics, and Eddie helped a lot in the lyrics too. So that's basically like what the song is about and where it came from.
I love it. So, and you guys also at the same time or around the same time also dropped the music video behind it. And was interesting as of course I had to take a peep and do a little creep on you guys to get a little insider info. Not really insider info, it's on YouTube, but whatever. But I was watching the music video. It was pretty cool, like how you guys had that written out. And I got a question. I know you just told me what was the worst thing a friend or an ex-friend has done, but I have a question for you other two. What is the worst thing an ex-friend has done to you? That was on the music video. For those who haven't watched it, it would make sense. But all
Yeah.
those
Go ahead.
Oh, well, it's gonna be the typical dude that hooked with the girl I was dating. But you know the way like people manipulate things is like it's just the thing that's bad. It's not like what happens. It's like the way they do it. You know?
yeah.
Yeah. People. What about you, man?
And you?
Well, maybe meant like basic stuff that I think, well, not basic, but we've all been in this position with a friend, I think. So, lies behind our backs and backstabbing, and yeah, just try to get that off my mind and keep going with my own life and just involve friends that I know that are more confident and just trust people, the right ones, and you choose which ones stay, right? So.
I love it. That's very cool. Well, you guys out there who's listening to the podcast, make sure to go in and tune in to their latest single. Like I said, fuck you and all your friends. Respectfully, right? Not respectfully. Anyways, with that being said,
Sometimes depends on the situation.
good. So you guys who are listening to the podcast, respectfully saying that title. But anyways, and speaking of people who are tuning in, for fans discovering all at once, how would you describe your sound and what makes your take on pop punk stand out?
Well, if I had to mention other bands that I think we sound similar to, I would say State Champs, Neck Deep, All Time Low, maybe something like Simple Plan and Yellowcard here and there. But I think with the guitar riffs and the drum beats and stuff, it's more like on the aggressive side of the pop punk scene. And I think we have a really cool blend on like 2008, 2012-ish sound with this newer and modern like sound, but like the guitar sound it's new, but the kind of riff is kind of older.
Like some elements.
Yeah, like we mix elements from different like eras of pop punk and emo scene. So I think that's what really makes us kind of different from a lot of bands that are out there. I'm not saying better, just different.
Absolutely. I know like pop punk always has that kind of rebellious but with an emotional heartbeat, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Who were your guys' favorite bands or artists that made you fall in love with the genre?
Well, for me, the first one that I fell in love was with Charlotte, and that was actually my first concert ever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool. And after that, I transitioned into like Blink 182 and All Time Low. All Time Low has been my favorite band for like 15 years now, I think. So yeah, for me, those will be it.
I think my base was Yellowcard because, well, I used to listen more like alternative rock and all that kind of stuff. But when I met like this single called Ocean Avenue, it's like, okay, I like this genre and I want to play it. I want to listen to it. I just fell in love with it, and then it all came along. Like same band, All Time Low, C182 as well. And that's pretty much like the starting point.
Yeah, on my side, just to like add some bands. Basically, they mentioned everything, but I remember also going to the bands Warped Tour and seeing like the smaller bands of pop punk, right? Like for example, with Confidence and Water Parks. So I like that our sound is basically like a mixture of what they said, like the big bands like that sort of pop punk and also the newer ones. So it's like a mixture of those.
I love it. Yeah, like for me, like I always enjoyed pop punk because it's like obviously just like it's poppy, right? But it's also punky. I know that sounds stupid to say, but if you really dissect the word itself, but you know, like I think Blink 182 was one of them. I remember as like a young gun, I was like watching it MTV and just like them having girls make out on TV, which that was like a whole big bad thing. You know, we don't have the same sex kiss on TV, especially national television. And I remember just seeing that, I was like, who are these guys? And just, I mean, obviously fell in love with them before that, but after just like, you know, like that kind of rawness of just like, we don't care. Like, this is how we're going to do things. But then also too, you get like Yellowcard where it's like, I'm not even gonna try to sing because I'm gonna butcher it. But you know, there's like some raw emotions too in it. And you're like, oh my gosh. Like I remember being like 14 or 15, like, no, probably more like 13. But when they came out, and I was just like, I remember feeling like, oh, this is so sad. This one's a heartful one. So yeah, it's very interesting to kind of see. And I kind of feel old by saying that out loud, but it's almost like, damn, like if that's like the, you know, the founding fathers of pop punk, I'm like, I guess that's like what you call them, like with the oldies or whatever. I guess this is growing up or whatever. Blink 182 said that one time.
Yeah.
But anyways, you guys have been on this journey, like you said, officially since 2019. What's your biggest high and the biggest moment so far as a band?
I think it was definitely when we played a sold out show with Pierce Vale on Mexico City. It was 4,000 people, I believe. I honestly was shitting myself like 10 minutes before going on stage because we were on the backstage and we could hear all the people screaming and like all this energy. And I was very, very, very nervous. I don't think you guys were nervous.
You just gotta like.
Yeah, I mean,
I was, but
yeah, you gotta.
just kidding.
Yeah,
you're telling me that you guys didn't shit yourselves too? No.
Nah, Eddie, he's very chill. Like, yeah, whatever. I know how to do everything.
It's gonna be alright.
Yeah.
The good thing is that a band played before us, the Horror Between Us, some dudes from Mexico City. So they were like the ones in charge to get the crowd going. And we were just after them and right before Pierce the Veil. So it was like,
oh yeah, there were
okay,
two support bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were two support bands, but I was also nervous because we had a set for like 40 minutes or 45 minutes. I think it was 40 minutes. And then Pierce the Veil's manager comes with me and says like, hey, can you extend your set for like 15 more minutes? Like,
just, you know, last minute, right?
Yeah, like, I don't know, 20 minutes before the set. And I was like, of course I'm going to tell you we can, but we can't. Like, we don't have anything prepared. So we had to interact a lot with people, which made it fun. It made it a really fun show.
Yeah, we threw the wristbands.
Oh yeah, we had
Merch.
wristbands and like threw merch through to the people.
Yeah, just make a bond.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. And we got to meet the guys from Pierce the Veil, and they were all amazing too. So I think that's our highest point so far. Yeah.
That is awesome. Yeah, but the good job on like obviously saying yes. What are you gonna say is no? Like, no, we're not gonna do any 15 more minutes. And they're like, we were at least gonna do it. Like, calm down, Mariah Carey. You guys need to stretch it out a little bit. That's funny. Well,
Yeah.
it's very cool. That's awesome. Congratulations on that too. I can imagine that would be a huge moment. So, we're almost, which is crazy to think, we're almost 3/4 through the year. What does the rest of 2025 look like for All at Once? Any plans for any more shows, surprises? I mean, this is teaser talk, so we always like to drop some teasers for listeners.
Well, I think we can say that we have, I think, a couple of shows on the year,
Yeah.
but we can't say right now which ones they are and where they're gonna be. Actually, the Mannequin Records told us like, don't say it yet, so we're kind of respectful with that. But on the other side, like a little behind the scenes to say it in a way, we are recording an EP this last few months. I think we're recording it on, I don't know, October maybe, November maybe, and it's gonna be out, I'm guessing, early next year.
Yeah.
But like we're preparing everything like behind the scenes so that it looks the best that we can when it drops. So yeah, that's basically it. We are actually, I think we're done writing the EP like probably next week or the next 2 weeks. We have some pretty cool songs. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't wait. That's super exciting. But that was a good amount of tease. I mean, you told a little bit, but you didn't tell enough to where you're not gonna get in trouble by your record label. So
yeah, I hope we don't.
you're like, we just got signed and then we just got released. No, I'm joking. But on that note, where can listeners go to follow so that they can stay tuned and watch you guys as you drop all of these awesome news in regards to tours and new music coming out?
Well, all our socials are at We Are All at Once, like everywhere. Just like on Spotify, you just search for All at Once, and we're gonna be there. Apple Music, like all that kind of stuff. But on like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, like everything that is at We Are All at Once.
I love it. Well, you guys make sure you go and follow them and their handle at We Are All at Once. Thanks, guys, so much. It was fun meeting you, and I can't wait to, now follow you and consume new music. And I don't know, I'm just super excited, and I appreciate your time for being on the show today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us,
Hollie.
and nice to meet you. And hopefully we can do this again.
Hopefully the tour that you guys can't talk about will hopefully be around my city, that I'll be able to come by and catch a live show.
Where are you?
I'm in Oklahoma City.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we can make it.
Noted.
Yeah, we can make it happen.
Got it. Very cool. Well, my eyes will be peeled to socials waiting for you guys to drop that news. Again, thanks so much for your time. It was super fun. We've got to do this again for sure.
Yeah, let's do it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Hollie.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Teaser Talk. Head over to teasertalk.com to subscribe so you don't miss out on another episode. Until next week, keep rocking.